Smell me like a Hellcat.
Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my 2022 deck collection. I've been collecting playing cards for about 3 years, and I like to update you guys, every year. This is the 4th deck collection video on the channel, so I'm going to make a playlist. So if you guys want to check out my other deck collection videos, by all means, hit the link down in the description. But yeah, I have about roughly 60-something decks. You'll get the grand total at the very end, but not a whole lot of decks, but enough that this will probably be the longest video on my channel. Sorry, it has been a while since I've uploaded. Mainly, I just kind of took the holiday season off, Christmas and New Year's and stuff like that. But we are back with an amazing video that hopefully you guys will enjoy. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get right into the deck collection. Okay, so if you guys have been watching my deck collections, I usually tend to stick to brand order. So I'll start with a particular brand of cards, get through all the cards I have of that brand, yada yada yada. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Bicycle, the most iconic playing card brand. And we're going to go ahead and start off with the red, blue, and black standard Bicycle. These are the only colors of like the standard rider back playing cards that I have. So this is my red one, and I'm sure you guys all know what the blue and black all they look like. So I'm not really gonna go too in depth with these. Everyone knows what the red, blue, and black Bicycle rider backs look like, and there's all kinds of different colors. I might try to get more colors. I kind of want the yellow ones and the green ones, all that stuff, because I do think it'd be cool to have a different variety of just the ones everybody has, red, blue, and black. So yeah, those are my rider backs, and let's go ahead and move on to the next deck over here. So next up over here we have the Bicycle Black Tiger playing cards. This is one of the first decks I got outside of Bicycle Standard. It's a really old deck. I've had this quite a long time, used it quite a lot, but it is cool. It has like this black and reverse kind of back playing cards. It's really cool. But yeah, this is a really cool deck of playing cards. Definitely recommend it. Mine's obviously really worn out, but if you want to get a brand new one, it's a really cool deck to have, so definitely recommend the Black Tiger playing cards. Next up over here we have the Autobite playing card. This is another deck I've had a really long time. This is super old. You can just tell, like, I'm gonna hold it to the camera so you guys can see, like, this is just a really old deck. Has a bunch of grime and grit and dirt all along the sides, and it doesn't really spread well or fan well anymore. That's not a terrible fan, I guess, but they feel really like they're falling apart whenever I dribble and stuff like that. It just feels really worn out. I don't use this deck a whole lot, but when I first got it, I actually did use it a lot, and I think that's why it's so worn out. I do love the design. I love the faces of the, that was a terrible spread, but I love the faces of these cards, how they're kind of smaller, just like that. I really do like this deck of playing cards, so definitely recommend picking up a deck of these if you haven't already. Okay, next up we have the Stargazer series by Bicycle. So they have a bunch of them. These are the two I have, the original Stargazers and the Sunspots. So this is what the Stargazers look like. According to the Bicycle Instagram page, it's supposed to resemble a black hole of sorts. So whenever I fan it out just like this, it looks like one big black hole. So I think that's pretty cool. And then you got the Sunspots. They're called that because they have a sun in the middle of it, and I just really think it's cool art. I wouldn't really do magic with these because I mean the faces look really weird, but it's a cool deck for cardistry. It has a lot of color going on, so it would be a really cool deck for cardistry. So yeah, those are the Stargazers, both Stargazers that I own. Next up over here we have one of my favorite Bicycle decks. This is the Bicycle Amplified deck. Now, one thing I don't like about it, and that normally is a turnoff for me when buying playing cards, is how it's not reversed. As you can see, one side's blue, one side's orange. So that's the only problem I really have with this deck of playing cards. But other than that, I love the color. It's a really colorful deck. The pips have been recolored to orange, and then the face card or the court cards have like this blue and orange thing going on. So it's really cool, and I really do like just the colors of this deck. I really do like this deck, Amplified playing cards. Definitely recommend picking this up if you don't have them. Next up, we have another one of my favorite Bicycle playing cards. These are the Capitol playing cards. Obviously, they have like the White House, our Capitol. That's why they're called the Capitol playing cards. Have this really cool golden sea right here around the White House, and all this really cool just decoration on the back of the cards. Really do like it. The only problem I have is it has really thick borders, but really that's my only issue with it. I love the court card design. I really do like this really thin font, and then the pips are like really big. So I really do like how this font looks. So yeah, those are the Capitol playing cards. Next up over here we have one of my not so favorite decks. These are the Warrior Horse playing cards, and as you guys can see, they kind of have, it's a one-way design, which is one reason I don't like it. I don't really like decks with one-way design, but also it has like this weird gold and black border, and then the faces are white, so it looks really weird. If you were to like flip over a card in the middle of the deck, you can literally just see that card right there. So that's one reason I don't really like these cards. I'm just not a fan of how this deck looks, but it was gifted to me, so I can't just get rid of it. But yeah, these are the Warrior Horse playing cards. If you guys like them, if it's something you think you might like, by all means, pick this deck up. Next up over here, we have the Vintage playing cards by Bicycle. I've had this deck a really long time. You can see the box, that little flap is about to come off. But yeah, this deck is made to look old, like on old parchment or something from like the medieval times or whatever. And it's just it's a really cool design idea. Obviously, it's really dull. Not one of my favorite decks to use. I don't use it a whole lot. I think this is probably the first time I've touched it since the last deck collection video. But yeah, it did come with a double backer. I must have lost it or something. But yeah, it's a really cool deck idea. And I think it looks really cool. So, obviously not one of my favorite decks, but I do like the design idea. I think it's really creative. So yeah, the Vintage playing cards. Next up, we have the Dragon playing cards. They're like this blue color, just like this. Obviously not one of my favorite decks, but I do like the court cards. That's like the one thing I do like about it. Let me try and, here we go. It has this really cool light blue color going on with it, and I just like the little design they got going around the border of the court card. That's like my favorite thing about this deck. That's like the only thing I like. Other than that, I'm not a huge fan of the back design or the fact that it's borderless. I'm not a big fan. Not the biggest fan of this deck, but I do really like the court cards. That's one of my favorite things about it. But other than that, it's an okay deck. If you guys like it, by all means, pick it up. So that is the Bicycle Dragons. Next up over here, we have the Archangel playing cards. This is a really old deck. I think this is actually one of the first custom decks I ever bought. And you can tell it's just really old. I still actually use it. Like, it doesn't handle terribly, and I still do use it whenever. It's a good deck. I carry it in my pocket sometimes when I'm going somewhere. So it's a really cool deck. It has this really just simple design to it, yet really intricate. So I really do like it. And then the court cards are pretty much standard. And then the Jokers are like this Jester, kind of, I think that's what they're called. But yeah, this Jester, one's big, one's small, and it's really cool if you want to do something like a Houdini color change. You take it, you guys can see one is big, not small. The camera angle probably made that look really bad, but you guys get the idea of what you're trying to do. So, really cool deck of cards if you guys want to pick it up. I love this deck, and definitely recommend picking it up. It's really old. You can tell the box is kind of worn out, but really, really nice deck of cards if bought brand new. So yeah, Bicycle Archangels. Next up, we have the Bicycle Ice playing cards. Really cool design. If you look at it just like this really cool light blue with the back, the black back design, and then you have the faces are pretty much all the same color. Again, this probably isn't a deck you really use for like Magic. This is more of a deck you would use for like cardistry and stuff. So definitely recommend picking this up. Has a double backer for some reason, even though you wouldn't really use this for Magic. And then it comes with these two Jokers. So pretty cool deck of cards. Definitely recommend picking it up. Next up, we have the Bicycle Guardians deck. This is a deck I've also had for a really long time. It has these really thick borders. This Guardian Angel, I guess is what it's supposed to be here, on the side of it, and it just looks really cool. I do like this deck. A lot of people don't. For some reason, I don't know why. People really just don't like this deck. The thing is kind of corny. This is one of the first decks, custom decks I think Bicycle came out with. So it's a really cool deck. Just old, and a lot of people don't really like it, but I do like it. I think this deck has some kind of charm to it. But yeah, those are the Guardian playing cards. Next up, we have one of my least favorite Bicycle decks. These are the Aurora playing cards. They just kind of have like this, I don't know, I just don't like the back design to it. They have like this weird tan, it's very dull color, and then the face cards, I despise them. I'm gonna be honest, I really do not like this deck. I don't know why I bought it. The front of the box looks kind of cool, but then you get looking at the cards and it's just very dull. I'm not gonna go too in depth with it. It comes with a double backer. I think it's a pointless deck to come with a double backer, but yeah, it does. But if you guys like this deck, you can pick it up. I mean, it handles fine. It's just, I just despise, absolutely hate the look of these cards. And it's hard to do that with a deck of cards for me. I absolutely hate the look of it, but I really do not like these. Next up, we have the Firefly playing cards. Really cool design to them. They have like this, you know, this really cool foresty design. And then you look at the face cards, and it's like these fireflies, I guess, is what they're going for. It's got this cool chrome border around the pips, looks really cool. More of a cardistry deck to me. I wouldn't really use this for Magic, but it does handle really good. If you guys like the look of it, then by all means pick it up. These are the Bicycle Fireflies. Next up, we have the Architectural Bicycle deck. Now, this isn't really a deck you use for Magic or cardistry. As you guys can see, the back design is very meh. Really, the court cards are kind of what this is. This is more of like an artsy collector's kind of deck. As you guys can see, it has different things like Machu Picchu. I'm trying to find some other landmarks some people may recognize. You got, this is the Bicycle Factory. That's what the Ace of Spades is. We got stuff like Big Ben. We got stuff like the Taj Mahal. We got stuff, all these really cool landmarks, I guess, is what this deck has on each pip. Each pip is something different. The pyramids, stuff like that. And yeah, that's what basically this deck is. It's just a bunch of different landmarks painted on a deck of cards. So this is more of an artsy deck. Not really a deck for Magic or cardistry, just more of like a deck that has a lot of respect to these different landmarks. So if you guys think this is a cool deck, if you're a collector, you really want to buy this. Not much of a magician or cardistry deck, just more of a collector's deck if you guys are into collecting playing cards like me. Next up, we have the foilback Crimson playing cards. I really do like these. They wear out kind of quick. That is the only problem, but it's because they have like this metallic, like it's legit some kind of metal they have on the back. So they do wear out quick, but I think it's really cool for cardists if you're doing like packet cuts and stuff. It wouldn't really last too long for stuff like fans. Like that's pretty good for how this deck handles right now. But yeah, foilback Crimson. If you like them, pick them up. Alright, now for the last deck in the bicycle lineup here, we have the American flag playing cards. I legit think I was just walking through a food line of all places and I saw these and just decided to pick them up because why not? Just another deck to add to the collection. But I do like it. It has this really, American vibe to it, and I'm an American, so I really do like this deck. Has some court cards with like this American theme going on. The whole deck just screams patriot, I guess you could say. So, but yeah, these are the American flag playing cards. Really nice deck of cards. Love the design, and they feel really good too. So definitely recommend picking up a deck of the American flag playing cards. Okay, so next up we have decks that you would really kind of more find in casinos and stuff. I have a few different brands. We're just gonna get through them because it's not like it's a huge amount of brands of these different cards. It's just different casino cards. So we're gonna start off with these. It's just little cut cards you can buy. These are already played in a casino at one point and they cut the corners, so these can never be played in a casino ever again, and then they just sell them in like dollar stores and stuff. So that's what this is. Nothing special, just a cheap little deck you can get at a dollar store. Alright, next up we're going to look at like my B decks. I only have two of them, and one is right here. This is a very, very old deck of cards. It is a blue sealed deck of B casino playing cards from Haraz Casino Hotel. I think my grandma bought this. I don't know if she actually bought it from the hotel or if she bought it from just like a thrift store. Probably the second option there. But it's just a deck she lended me, or she gave me because she just found, or I found it and she let me keep it. And it's really cool. At the time, I was like new collecting playing cards. I didn't know anything about the blue seal, black seal. But now that I know this is a blue seal deck, I tried to take a little bit better care of it. It was already missing a couple cards anyway, so it's probably not worth anything. But it's still kind of cool. It's obviously really beat up and old. But it's pretty cool to have a blue seal deck in my possession. Next up, we have a bit of more of a modern one. This is a regular black seal deck of B playing cards that I bought at a gas station. And it's just a borderless red diamond pattern going along the back here. Nothing really too special about it. Then it's just got pretty much, for the most part, bicycle standard faces. Has some cool little jokers. Nothing really special. A good practice deck, and the borderless deck makes it pretty good for doing second-hand deals. So yeah, those are my B playing cards. Next up, we're going to get into Tally-Ho. So I'm going to start off with the circle back playing cards. These are the red Tally-Ho circle backs. As you guys can see, this is a pretty worn out deck. It's suffered some water damage. But it's still a really cool deck nonetheless. I used to practice with this a lot, and I still do sometimes. I practice with it. I don't really use it in videos because of how old and beat up it looks. I also don't really perform with this because of how old and beat up it looks. I'm pretty sure the water damage is actually sweat, so this deck is actually kind of disgusting for anyone else to touch but me probably. But yeah, these are the circle back, just this cool Tally-Ho deck. I love the way a circle back looks, but yeah, those are my circle backs. Next up, we have some red Tally-Ho fan backs. The fan backs, I like the design, but not as much as I do the circle backs. But yeah, these are the fan back Tally-Hos. Really cool. They handle really well. I use these in videos and I practice with them just because, and I do live performances with these. So nice little deck of playing cards. I do like Tally-Hos, and I do like the fan backs. Next up, I have the same thing here, just blue Tally-Ho fan backs, just like that. Exactly the same thing as the red ones I just showed you. And then over here, I have Vipers Tally-Hos. These are a little different, and I don't really use these for Magic or cardistry. Wouldn't recommend for either. This is just more of a collector's deck, I guess. Yeah, as you guys can see, it's just black and gray, and if I turn it over, there is no other color but black and gray on this deck. Even, like, there's no, like, clubs and diamonds are the exact same color, no color differentiation, nothing like that. It's just black and gray. Comes with two jokers and a double backer. So yeah, I don't really use this deck much. I think I opened it, I shuffled it one time, and I put it back in the box because I don't really use this deck a lot. It's just there to have in my deck collection, I guess. But yeah, these are the Viper Calicos. Okay, so next up we're getting into my Theory 11 decks. I have quite a lot of Theory 11 decks, so this might take a while, but we're going to go ahead and start off with the Star Wars playing cards by Theory 11. Now they come in 2 versions, or 4 versions, but 2 categories, I guess, the dark side and the light side. So we're going to take a look at the dark side first, then we'll take a look at the light side. So looking at the dark side here, we have the red and black ones. The red ones, these are actually the first Star Wars playing cards I ever got, and this is the latest one I ever bought. So I have my oldest and newest Star Wars playing cards here with me. But as you guys can see, it has this really cool Star Wars design. It has a Death Star, some Sith and Empire symbols, lightsabers, stuff, just different Star Wars Easter eggs all hidden within it. It's really cool, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, which I used to be. I'm not as big into Star Wars as I used to be, but it is still a really cool deck nonetheless. All 4 of the Star Wars playing cards have the same exact faces, so I'm just going to show you guys the faces on this one. I mean, it's got different characters like Han Solo, that's Princess Leia, Darth Vader, just all these different characters. I think that's Luke Skywalker, just when he was old. So yeah, all kinds of different characters on them, and it's got this really cool back design. So yeah, those are, and then the 2 Jokers are BB-8 and whatever this droid's name is. I don't exactly know. So yeah, that's the red one, and then if you look at the black one, it's pretty much the same exact thing. The back design is exactly the same. It's just black instead of red. And I don't think, yeah, I have not shuffled these at all. It's still in brand new deck order. I haven't really messed with these a whole lot. They still feel brand new, not broken in. The edges are feel a little rough, so yeah, it's definitely not broken in at all. Haven't hardly touched this deck since I bought it. But yeah, these are the dark side of the Star Wars playing cards. And now we'll take a look at the light side, the white and the blue. So if you look, it's obviously similar to the dark side ones, but it's obviously a little different as well. Instead of the Death Star, you have R2-D2, some Jedi symbols and Rebellion symbols, just a little bit different as you guys can see. And then you have, again, all the court cards and face cards are exactly the same, Jokers and everything. But yeah, these are the light side playing cards, obviously a little different. And if you guys, I've been thinking about doing like an in-depth review of all 4 of the Star Wars playing cards. So let me know down in the comments below if you guys think that'd be interesting, if you guys want me to do an in-depth deck review on all 4 of the Star Wars playing cards. But yeah, those are the blue ones, and then these are the white ones, same exact thing, only they are a solid white color. So yeah, those are the Star Wars playing cards. Next up over here, we have the Avengers playing cards. Really cool deck of cards. I am a huge Avengers fan. I love all the Marvel movies. I mean, I don't know what it is about Marvel. I love Marvel, so I really do like these playing cards. Has this cool purple color. Has all kinds of different, like Captain America's shield, all kinds of just different little symbols. Black Widow, Thor, all these different Avengers symbols are all in these little circles across this purple deck. But the color purple isn't something you really see in a lot of decks of playing cards. And then you just get all these cool court cards, like that's Hulk. You get all kinds of different characters. Thor, I believe that's Thor. And of course, Spider-Man is the Jack of Hearts. All kinds of different characters. Really cool deck of playing cards. I do love these playing cards. Okay, so next up over here, we have the 007 playing cards. So yeah, as you guys can see, Theory 11 likes to make a lot of playing cards based off like franchises and stuff. So now over here you have the 007. And I really do like these playing cards. Some of my favorite Theory 11 playing cards at the moment are these playing cards. I believe these were in my top 5 favorite deck videos, so if you guys want to check that out, link will be down in the description. But yeah, I did cover this deck briefly in that, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. But as you guys can see, the court cards have different weapons and stuff like that. The pips and the font of the pips and the way the pips look, it just looks really good. This deck just fits really well. Like, as you guys can see, the court cards are holding like different weapons and stuff like that, so it's really cool. I really do like the 007 playing cards. Definitely recommend picking up if you guys don't have it. I love this deck, absolutely love it. Next up over here we have a really old deck I've had for quite a long time, the Union playing cards. So these cards are really old. They don't handle very well anymore. They're a little clumpy, kind of stick together a little bit. It's just a really old deck of playing cards. But I really do like the Union playing cards. It has a very American theme to it. And the pips and the court cards, they all look a little different. It's kind of cool how they've customized the pips. I do like it. And then the Jokers are turkeys, so that's kind of cool. And then just this whole deck I really do like it. It's just really old and worn out. I have not used it in quite a while because it's just so old. But I really do like the Union playing cards. Next up, we have the Tycoon playing cards. There's all kinds of colors. I think there's red, there's blue, I know. Then there's these ones. These are the ivory color. This deck really is old. I think this is one of the first Theory 11 decks I ever bought. It's just really old, and it feels just like the Union playing cards. They're just really old cards I've had for quite a long time. I didn't really take care of them back then, so that might be part of the problem. But really nice deck of cards. I love the design. It's got this clock with Roman numerals on it, these vines going all around it. It's just a beautifully designed deck of playing cards. I really do like these cards. I might have to order some newer ones in different colors because I really do like these cards. They're some of my favorite design I've ever seen. And then the court cards, people are kind of turned on this. Some people like it, some people hate it, how they have like skin colored court cards. I think it's okay. I think it's kind of cool. Brings a little bit more life to the pips and stuff, but some people are different. So if you don't like it, well, that's too bad. You don't have to buy it. But those are the Tycoon playing cards. Next up, we have the High Victorian playing cards, green and red. The red ones I've had a little bit longer, and they are a little bit older. I haven't used these in a while. I don't really like the High Victorian playing cards. I don't like the, let me see if I can find it. I don't like the court cards. I don't like how they don't have faces. I'm just not a big fan of the face card. I do like the thumbprints and the pips. That is cool to me. But other than that, I don't really like the font they use. I don't like the court cards, and I'm just not a big fan of the back design either. So I have the red ones, and then over here I have the green ones. Now this one, I like the red ones over the green ones because red is my favorite color, but this box is like this really bright green color. It's actually a pretty green color, but when you take the cards out, it's just a black deck of cards. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the High Victorian playing cards, but if you guys like them, you can purchase them. I don't care. Next up, we have the Artisans, the white and the black Artisans. I do prefer the whites over the blacks just because I like the color a little bit better. It's really cool. Comes with a double backer, and then you pretty much, for the face cards, are bicycle standards. So this is a really good deck to use for performing for a spectator. I actually do use these a lot when performing if I'm in need of a double backer. So yeah, that's why I do like to use this deck. And I've had the black ones a little bit longer, so they don't handle quite as well as my white ones. So that might be why I'm a little bit more biased toward the white ones. But I still do like the black Artisans. I do love the design. I feel like if I were to design a deck of cards, it would look a little something like these Artisans. I don't know why. I just love the way they look. One of my favorite designs by Theory 11. I do like the black Artisans. Alright, next up we have another one of my favorites by Theory 11. These are the Product Red. You've seen me use these in a lot of videos. Not as recently because they are starting to feel a little worn out because of the extensive use. I do love these playing cards. Red is my favorite color, and this is just a solid red color. So I really do like it. It's good for performing because of the simplicity of it, and it just handles really well. Not as well as it used to because, again, I have used this quite a lot, but it still handles pretty well. I do love these cards. I still do use them quite a lot. So yeah, if you guys want to buy these, definitely recommend it. Part of your purchase will go into help fighting AIDS for mothers across the world. So yeah, they've teamed up with Red. Red is like this organization that just helps with AIDS, I suppose. They team up with a lot of different companies to do stuff like this. So yeah, it would be helping people out if you bought this deck, and it's a really cool deck of playing cards. So definitely recommend picking up the Product Red playing cards. Next up, we have the Provision playing cards. I actually really do like these. Well, I like the back design. The back design I really do like. It's this bright orange color, really pretty. I do like this. I like the box or the tuck case. It looks really nice. The one thing I don't like about it is the faces. Excuse me. How they have like the number 2 written out on the side of it just like that. I don't really like that. The court cards are kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, I just don't like how they have like 9 written there on the side. Or where's another one at? 10 stuff. I don't really like that. It's just, it makes it hard to do stuff like a blank fan. As you guys can see, you can see all the numbers. You can't really do a blank fan with this deck. And then you get this double backer that comes with a different color. I don't know if they have another color like this or that's something they're working on. I don't know. But I definitely like the orange color over this dull green color. So yeah, I really do like these. I like the back design a lot more than I like the face cards. That's just, I don't really like the face cards, but the back design to me is really beautiful. So yeah, if you guys like them, pick them up. Next up, we have the Contraband playing cards. One of my favorite decks. It has just so much going on in the back design. It's really beautiful. So much art, so much detail went into this deck. So really do like the Contraband playing cards. I do like the face cards. Again, they have that fingerprint thing like the High Victorians did, only it's not as noticeable, and I think I like that a little bit better. So it's really cool. I do like the font on these ones a lot better than I do the High Victorian. And then you get like this cool, the court cards are like they've been sketched on. It looks really cool. This deck is really pretty, and I really do like it. The only thing I don't like are the jokers. I don't like how it's like this map. It's basically borderless jokers. That's the only thing I have against this deck that I don't like. But other than that, I really do like these playing cards. So much design went into them, and I just love practicing with them. I love performing with them. Really nice deck of cards. Alright, next up we have the Hudson playing cards. Really cool deck of playing cards. It's just super simple. This looks sketched on. I wish it had a little bit more color. If you look at the back here, it has a little bit more gold on it. I just wish there was a little bit more color to it. It looks kind of dull, but I think there are a few other colors to this, such like light blue. I believe they have like a light blue color. But it is really cool. I do use it quite a lot just because it handles really good. This deck handles really good. I don't know if you guys agree, if you guys have this deck, but I really do like the way this deck handles. It handles super well. But yeah, other than that, the court cards are pretty much bicycle standard, nothing special about them. Has these two cool jokers, and then again, you just have the simplistic back design, so this is good for performing Magic with. So really nice deck of cards. Next up over here, we have the Animal Kingdom playing cards. Really nice deck. A lot of detail went into this deck. It's really cool. Has a lot of different animals as like the court cards and stuff like that, as you guys can see. And it's just really cool. I love the design. You don't really see orange a lot on a deck of playing cards. And it's just really nice. I like the rough border around it. It's not super straight edge, it's really rough. It just looks like a zoo kind of thing, I guess is what it's trying to go for. And I really do like it. Animal Kingdom playing cards. And I believe they donate, I think I might say it somewhere on the box. Yeah, $1 per deck benefits World Wildlife Fund, as you guys can see. So yeah, it's helping out animals if you buy this deck. And it's just a really cool deck all in all. So definitely recommend picking up this deck. Alright, and to finish off my deck to finish off my Theory 11 decks, we have the red, blue, and green Monarchs. I've had these two for quite a long time. I actually just recently got these for Christmas. So these two are really old. I can take them out and show you. I don't really use them anymore just because they are old. You can see all the dirt and grit and stuff like that on the edges of them. Old deck, but they still handle decently well. I could still do Magic and videos with these. So I still do use these from time to time. Just not a whole lot anymore just because how they handle. And then I have the blue ones here. Pretty much same thing. They're just kind of old, worn out. And don't use them a whole lot anymore. But I did recently get these green ones for Christmas. Obviously, with them being for Christmas, they are pretty new feeling. And they feel really nice. I do like this color green too. Looks really nice. I do like the Monarchs. Some of my favorite Theory 11 playing cards. I know a lot of people think the same way. Very iconic deck of playing cards. It feels like everybody has these if they're into collecting playing cards. Really nice. I do love the Monarchs. And this green one is definitely a great addition to the collection. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover different playing cards. I only have 3 of them that don't really belong to a particular brand. Like I only have one from that brand, so they wouldn't really be in a group. It's just one. I only have one of this brand of cards. So that's what I'm covering. There's 3 of these, and I'm just going to go ahead and knock them out. So starting over here, we have the Game Over playing cards by Gemini Decks. I saw these on Instagram, and I really wanted them for some reason. I don't know what it is, but the box looks like an old school Game Boy. So I really do like Nintendo and stuff like that. So yeah, this is really cool. You got a Game Boy, and just has like the batteries here, the on-off switch on the sides, just like that. Really creative. Really good for cardistry. I probably wouldn't use this for Magic, but it is good for cardistry. Really colorful. It has like these pixelated pips just like that. The court cards have different video game things. This one doesn't, but most of them do. If I can find another one, I'll show you. As you guys can see, he's holding like what looks like a weird video game in his hand. The Jack is also holding like a Game Boy, it looks like. She's holding a controller. So yeah, a bunch of different video game kind of stuff going on. It's a really cool deck. It says Game Over. Normally I'm not a fan of decks that have like something written on it, and that's the main theme of the deck, whatever's written on it. But in this case, I'm making an exception. I really do like how this deck looks. Really colorful. And if you did want to do a magic trick with it, it does come with 2 Jokers and then a cool 3 of Diamonds reveal card, as you guys can see. So really cool deck of cards. If you guys want to try and use that to your advantage, I really do like the Game Over playing cards. Okay, next up we have the red wheel playing cards. There are all kinds of different colors. So this is from Art of Play. All kinds of different colors. There's the red, the blue. These are the red, there's the blue, the yellow. There's all kinds of different colors. These are the red ones. Really cool deck of cards. They feel great. It's a crushed stock, I do believe. At least it feels like a crushed stock. Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, really nice deck. It has like this half gold, half black, half gold, half red thing going on with the pips. Really pretty pips. And then you come over here, you got these cool jokers. One is like this gold colored joker, and then the other one is like this metallic, light colored gold joker or skeleton. And then you get this cool wild card. So if you like missing a card, or if you want to like make a cool prediction kind of trick, you can use like force a card, and then just like you can circle the 6 or whatever, and then you can circle like the heart, 6 of hearts, boom, that's what you got. That's what this is for. It's a cool wild card. If you're missing a card, or I would use it for like a prediction kind of magic trick. I think like that would be cool. But yeah, these are the red wheel playing cards. Alright, and last for my miscellaneous kind of cards, these are the Cherry Casino playing cards. These are the purple ones, really pretty deck. It kind of reminds me of Coca-Cola, the way they got that logo thing swerving over there. It's a really nice deck of playing cards, good for magicians and cardists alike. Really nice deck. I do like doing this for Magic. I use these in videos a lot just because it's a really pretty deck and really iconic. This is another deck that feels like a lot of deck collectors seem to want are the Cherry Casinos. And I see why. They handle really well, they look really nice, and then you get a few gimmicks. You got these jokers here. You get a cool blank card that can be used in a lot of things, and then you got a double backer. So yeah, that's really will come in handy in Magic performances. But yeah, these are the Cherry Casino playing cards, all kinds of different colors. I only have the purple ones right now, but I do plan to get more colors soon because I really do like the Cherry Casinos. Okay, so next up, the next brand we're going to be covering is Knock, and I only have 2 Knock decks, so we're just going to go ahead and knock them out. So first up, we have the Summer Knocks. Nothing. If you guys know the Knock brand, they're just like a solid color. Like this one's orange, and as you guys can see, it's supposed to be summer themed. Even though it kind of reminds me of fall more than it does summer because of that orange color. But it is a really cool deck of playing cards. Solid orange. I might get the other one. I think it's like a light blue color. Really nice deck of playing cards. And then for the most part, like if you guys don't know what Knock is, they're super simplistic playing cards. And the back design is always like one solid color, like you guys see right here, just plain orange all the way down. And then you got the jokers, which are pineapple because it's summer edition. Then you have a blank card and a duplicate Queen of Hearts. So yeah, really cool deck of playing cards, very simplistic. If you guys like it, then by all means pick it up. Okay, next up we have the plain yellow Knocks, and this is the last deck of Knocks. I don't know a whole lot of Knocks, but yeah, these are just the regular yellows, nothing special about them. Just plain yellow playing cards with a standard bicycle standard faces, and you get the classic Knock jokers, and then you get blank card and a duplicate Queen of Hearts. Nothing special, just not playing cards. Really cool deck though. Super simplistic, good for just performances and stuff like that. And I do like to use my not playing cards in videos from time to time. Okay, guys, now we're going to be checking out Riffle Shuffle here. So I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have only 6 decks from Riffle Shuffle, so we're going to go ahead and check them out. Starting first here with the most random deck in my collection, the Ambulance playing cards. So this deck is just really dedicated to like medical stuff like that. You can just look at the back design and see all the stuff going on with it. Drawing blood, all kinds of different things. It's a solid blue color. It's actually metallic ink, so it's actually very shiny. I don't know if you guys can tell from the camera, but it's a really nice deck of cards. And then all the court cards and face cards are all customized with doctors doing different things, and then that's like a vial of blood or whatever is what the pips are supposed to be. So yeah, all kinds of different things going on with this card, with this deck. Comes with a blank card and a double backer, so that's always very useful. Interesting deck of cards. I got this as a gift. I personally wouldn't buy it, but I mean it's a decent deck of cards. Just the weirdest, probably the most random weirdest deck I have in my entire collection. Next up we have the Squeezer V2 playing cards. This is the first deck I ever got from Riffle Shuffle, and it's old. I've wore this deck out quite a lot. There's also the V1s and the V3s. The V1s being like an orange juice theme, and the V3s being a grapefruit theme. It's supposed to resemble, the box is supposed to resemble like a juice box. As you guys can see, insert the straw, has nutrition labels. If you guys want to pause and read that, it's actually really creative in my opinion. But yeah, really cool deck of cards. All the red pips have been recolored to yellow, and they're all doing something with a lemon. If you look at the different court cards here, like the King of Diamonds is holding a lemon, and they're just different. It's really cool. It's a really creative deck, I think, so I really do like this deck. So definitely recommend picking it up if you don't have it. Next up over here, we have the Surf playing cards. Really cool deck of cards. A solid orange color with all kinds of different designs going on, making it look like this summer hippie kind of theme. I really do like it. Really nice deck of cards. The pips are customized, and the court cards kind of look like Gravity Falls characters to me. The cartoon style that they have on the pips just reminds me of Gravity Falls. But yeah, it's really cool design deck. I love this deck. Really cool for cardistry and Magic. Handles really well, I do have to say, and it's just a really nice deck of cards. Really do love the design for these. They have more of a summer feel than the actual summer Knocks, so yeah, definitely recommend picking up this deck. Next up, we have the Secret Service playing cards. These are really customized, beautiful deck of cards. I really do like all the detail and attention to detail that went into these. Really nice deck of cards. All the court cards are like secret agents doing different things, and they're like 3D animated, so it's really something you don't see on a lot of decks of cards. Really cool deck of cards. Really do love it. It got the cool thumbprint, all the different, it's just really cool. It's like the secret agent Secret Spy kind of theme. Really nice deck of cards. I definitely recommend picking it up if you don't have it. Next up, we have the Serious B V3 playing cards. There's obviously the V1s and the V2s. These are the V3s. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time because I do have an in-depth deck review on this deck of playing cards. So if you guys want like a really good look into this deck, I would definitely recommend checking out that deck, or that deck review. Yes, it'll be down in the description. Really nice deck of cards. I love the design on these. It is so amazing. Really good for cardistry. Really good for stuff like that. I do love the big, bold aces, just like that, how the pips are big and bold. And the color is just really nice. I love the court cards. This is just a very artsy deck. All the cool different colors just kind of in this hodgepodge of different things. It's just really good. I really do like the design of this deck. Probably my favorite deck. Or my second favorite deck by Riffle Shuffle. You guys are about to see my favorite because it's about to be the one I'm about to show you next. That being the Phoenix playing cards. I really do like this. This is part of their Animal series. And this is probably my favorite one. I really do like it. It's this cool morph bird design going just like that. It's just a really pretty artistic deck. You got these really cool looking, I don't really even know how to describe the pips. They just look really cool. And then all the court cards, if I can find some here, I'll show you how. They're just really designed like stone statues or something. I don't know. I just really do like this deck. It has so much art, so much design into it. And it does come with a double backer, so that can come in handy if you do so need it. Just a really nice deck of cards all in all to have. I love this deck. These are the Phoenix playing cards. Okay, next up we're going to be looking at my Orbit decks, and I only have two of them, so we're going to go ahead and start with the first one, that being the 7th edition Orbit deck. This is the first Orbit deck to have a marked feature, so this is actually a marked deck. If I just come upon a card here, this is the 3 of Spades. Boom, just like that. Really easy to read marking system. I really do love the V7s. Just an amazing deck of playing cards. Handles really well. The Orbit decks, you have to break into them a little bit before they handle okay, but once you do, they just handle amazing, and I love the way this deck looks and feels. Amazing deck of playing cards. Love it. Okay, in the next Orbit deck, that would be the V8, so the 8th edition. It's supposed to be resemble the idea of Mars, going to Mars, colonizing Mars. That's what this deck is supposed to represent. I actually do have an in-depth deck review on this deck as well, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because I already have reviewed it one time. I'll leave a link down in the description if you guys want to check out the review to this, but it's a really just an amazing deck of cards. It's supposed to resemble going to Mars, and then you have the face cards, which are just all recolored to Mars colors. You get a double backer. It's just an absolutely amazing deck, but again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I already have done a deck review. Okay, so now the last brand we're going to be covering for my entire deck collection. There's only 3 of them, and that is Ellusionist. I have 3 decks from Ellusionist, and we're about to check them out now. We're going to go ahead and start out with 2 here. Those being the red and the white knight playing cards. This was a collaboration between Daniel Madison and Chris Ramsey. This was the first original idea, and then they have like different colors that come out now. But this is the original knights, the white knights. They have this really cool metallic gold color. If you look at them, it's just really nice, really shines. And it actually is a marked deck. I'm not exactly sure how to read it. I just know it's in these 2 corners right here is actually how you read the marking system. But it's a really cool deck of cards. Love the design. It's on a crushed stock, so it just feels really good in the hands. And it's just an amazing feeling deck. I really recommend picking up this deck. The court cards and the pips are just really nice. It has this cool gold color. Really good deck, and then it comes with 2 jokers. So yeah, a really nice deck of playing cards here. Definitely recommend picking up the white knights as well as the red knights. Red is my favorite color, so I'm a little bit more biased toward the red knights. But I really do like these as well. I actually think I like these better than the original just because the pips are actually this solid metallic red color, and it's just so beautiful to me to look at. I just love the color red. That's just me. I can't help it. But this deck just looks really nice to me. It has that cool black border around the pips. That just looks really good to me. And it's basically the same thing as the regular knights, except it's more red in areas where this one's gold. So it's just a really nice deck of cards. I love both of the knights. Definitely recommend picking them up. There's other colors too, I do believe. I think there's a blue one. So, I mean, whatever color you want to get, definitely recommend picking these up. And the last deck I will be showing you guys in my deck collection is the Madison Rounders. This is by Daniel Madison. Just a really cool, it's a simplistic deck, great for Magic, super simplistic. Has his logo just here on the 2 sides, just like that. Just a solid black deck. It's just a beautiful, beautiful simplistic deck of playing cards. And obviously bicycle standard for the most part pips. So it's really good for like just doing Magic with a really nice deck of cards. Comes with a double backer, and I think that's the only gimmick it comes with, yes. And then you get these really cool looking jokers. Looks like a raven on some kind of pocket knife. Just a really nice deck of playing cards. Love the jokers. Love this deck. Super simplistic. and handles very, very well. So definitely recommend picking up the Madison Rounders. And the grand total to how many playing cards I own is 63 decks. I own 63 decks of playing cards. I know it's not a lot compared to what some people have, but I've only been collecting playing cards for like 2.5 years, so I got plenty of time to keep expanding my collection, because it will only get bigger, I promise. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, I please do ask that you like and subscribe. I did put a lot of time into this video, so it would mean a lot if you subscribe, but you don't have to if you don't want to. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have other videos. I teach Magic. I do deck reviews and stuff like that. So if you'd be interested in that, definitely recommend subscribing and at least checking it out. It won't hurt you. It's completely free, and you can always change your mind. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers for the end of 2022. I know I said it every year, but one year we will do it. That means I promise. So all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.